Hello, it's 1 o'clock time for the Joy Business Report. Coming up, African Development Bank projects inflation of 45% for Ghana by end of 2023, the highest in West Africa. Meanwhile, economist Professor Charles Aka warns government's current fiscal policy will make it difficult for the Bank of Ghana to control prices and bring inflation down. Also in this bulletin, Bank of Ghana challenges claims of not securing Parliament's approval before extending significant financial support to government. We have details of these and many more shortly. Thanks for your company. I am Pius Kojobaka. To our very first story. The African Development Bank is projecting an inflation of 45% for Ghana in 2023. This will be the highest in West Africa. Here's more.
The forecast is coming on the back of a 4-month increase in inflation to 43.1% in July. In its latest West Africa Economic Outlook report, the AFDB puts the average inflation in Ghana in 2023 at 38%. Inflation is, however, expected to reduce sharply to about 17% in 2024. The country's high inflation has largely been driven by food and non-alcoholic beverages division, averaging about 50% this year. The AFDB, however, warned that a further hike in the Bank of Ghana's policy rate may do more harm than good to growth prospects. Furthermore, rate hikes might not yield the expected result of strengthening the local currency by attracting more capital inflows due to global risk aversion. In West Africa, Benin and Niger will record the lowest inflation of about 3% respectively.
A Business Desk report. Still on inflation, government quest to bring down inflation has been questioned after it continued to heighten taxes. According to economist Professor Charles Aka, the rising inflation could be blamed on fiscal policy measures being undertaken by the government. He was speaking at a program organized by the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research to review the media budget.
The prices in Ghana are high, and in the environment of high prices, we increase government fiscal policy is neutral. Basically, we have avoided the days of price control. We have taken away subsidies on utilities, electricity, fuel, and then we add taxes in the same environment. Totally awkward. In other countries, when inflation is even external and is coming from the global market, fiscal policies absorb. If you will not control prices, essential prices like food and gas and utility and petrol, you don't add taxes on them in that environment.
Economist Professor Charles Aka speaking there. Meanwhile, the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana is optimistic there may be marginal decrease in food inflation as some farmers start harvesting some basic foodstuff. Dr. Charles Nyaba is the executive director of the association.
In the very short run, we may see some stability. Some farmers from the southern part of the country have started harvesting their maize. Others are also harvesting cassava and other staples. Therefore, rice, when you travel across the various regions, the rice growing areas, I think now that they are applying fertilizers, harvesting will start somewhere October, November.
Dr. Charles Nyaba is the executive director of the Peasant Farmers Association. Away from inflation-related stories, the Bank of Ghana is challenging claims of not securing Parliament's approval before extending financial support to government, as well as taking haircuts on its bonds. This was contained in a statement issued by the Bank of Ghana in response to concerns raised by the minority group in Parliament. George Yafe has the rest of the story.
The bank, in a statement, claims that the domestic debt exchange program, which it participated, had been approved by Parliament. The central bank also claims that, based on its financial reporting standards, government decision to embark on this program also meant that it had to report these losses on its books. It claims that all these conditions were needed for the Bank of Ghana to participate in the program. The bank, in the statement, argues that it was compelled to take this action to save the entire financial system and the economy. The Bank of Ghana argues the failure to do so would have made it difficult for Ghana to secure an IMF program to stabilize the economy.
George Affe with that report. Now, the Director General of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SSNIT, Dr. John Ofori-Tinkrah, has indicated that his outfit has recorded organic growth in contribution in the past months. Currently, SSNIT has 1.9 million active contributors. According to Dr. Ofori-Tinkrah, there is the need for more contributors to join the trust, especially those in the informal sector, to safeguard their future.
If you look at the growth rate of even our contributors, when you adjust it even for inflation, we are seeing organic growth. We have seen an uptick in the number of people that are joining the scheme. Our active contributor base has grown from some 1.4 or so million a few years ago to now we are now looking at about 1.9 million active contributors. And those are just people who are giving us money regularly. Especially we are seeing an uptick in the self-employed persons who now know that they too can join the SSNIT scheme to have a secure future.
Director General of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SSNIT, Dr. John Ofori-Tinkrah. You're still listening to the Joy Business Report here with me, Pius Kojo-Baka. Green revolution is the use of better management techniques and tools like fertilizers, pesticides, and high-yielding varieties of crops to increase the production of crops. One institution that plays a key role in achieving this on the continent is AGRA. In today's episode of Food Chain, Emma Davis engages Country Director for AGRA, Juliet Lampo-Agro.
Green revolution has the potential to increase agricultural production, cause self-sufficiency and reduce imports, improve commercial farming, which would lead to addressing unemployment, among others. One institution advocating for this revolution is the AGRA. Juliet Lampo-Agro is Country Director for AGRA.
We have shifted through phases, looking at initially building the structures that will help that transformation to happen. The human capacity, support for training of researchers, plant breeders, so that we have the basics that will drive the process. We have moved on from that point into building systems, looking at investing in the seed systems, soil health systems, input systems, market systems, so that all these come together to work towards supporting the agricultural sector.
There are arguments that technology is a major driver of agricultural transformation, but in Ghana, the adaptation process has been slow. In a bid to promote an inclusive transformation of agri-food systems, AGRA is investing $26 million in Ghana's agri sector with focus on technology in the next 5 years.
Production is increasing, productivity is not increasing as fast. So we still have yield gaps of about 50% for most of our produce. Now, productivity is not going as high because there is still gaps in adoption of technology. And why are farmers not adopting the right technology? Because the right market incentives are not being transmitted to them. So we seek to support the end of the market and value addition so that we can drive production, so that farmers are incentivized to adopt the right technologies. And we're looking to invest not less than $26 million in the new strategy.
Take a listen to some recommendations by Juliet to government.
There is a future for the agricultural sector. We just need to get the young people in by making sure that technology comes to play. We reduce the drudgery that is involved in agriculture. We make agriculture more profitable.
And that's it for the Joy Business Report. Let's take some messages from EcoBank quickly. The EcoBank salary account is a special account designed for workers of all income brackets desirous of receiving their salaries through EcoBank. With the EcoBank salary account, you are guaranteed all the benefits of a normal savings or current account plus many more. EcoBank salary account gives workers free life insurance cover of up to 10,000 cedis, 24/7 access to cash and e-banking services, internet and mobile banking services, high interest on savings, no minimum balance, ability to save through the EcoBank Save as you Spend, a unique feature that helps customers to save and invest. Remember, the insurance policy covers death, permanent or temporary disability, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and more. Savings or current account holders at EcoBank do not have to close their existing accounts to enjoy the numerous benefits of the EcoBank salary account. Just ask your branch to switch your existing account to the EcoBank salary account. EcoBank account holders should approach any EcoBank branch and ask for the EcoBank salary account. Switch your salary account today and enjoy amazing benefits at EcoBank. Call EcoBank toll free on 0800 003 225 whenever, wherever for further details. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Thanks for your company. Ignition is next with Sammy Forson. Do enjoy.